As we await spring, we're watching a massive winter storm set to cause problems from coast to coast.
More than 100 million people will feel the impacts of a massive winter storm.
And then as far as snow, locally upwards of 10 inches between Wichita all the way to Detroit.
Right now, parts of the Midwest being hit with snow and freezing rain, while southern states face flooding and even tornadoes.
Alright guys, I gotta be quick, so check this out, stay with me. It's currently 9:07 p.m. and within the last 30 minutes, I have made the decision to drive from Michigan to Indiana to put myself in a direct path of this winter storm that is making headlines on the national news. At least it's a winter storm for me. For some states in the South, it's going to be a tornadic and severe weather event. Earlier this morning, the rapid refresh model was still showing that my area of Michigan was going to be in line for this storm, but as that has continued to update, it looks like the storm has shifted south. But if I go to Indiana, I will be able to put myself in the path of this storm. So I have to finish up packing some camera gear, but I will see you guys in Indiana and we'll talk about how we got here and what's going on. It's a scary moment when you find yourself just 10 minutes into a trip and you're asking yourself, should I turn around? Reminding yourself that it's not too late. But that's exactly what happened to me. Unfortunately, I feel like I wasted a little bit of time recording the intro of this video, and I found myself caught in some heavy rain bands. This presented a unique challenge on both the back road and the highway situation of the trip. I found the back roads to be primarily minorly flooded, wanting to pull me off the side of the road because of the amount of standing water in the road from the combination of rain and melting snow. I thought to myself that the highway may have better drainage, and if it did, I would continue the trip. However, highway driving presented another unique challenge, because as I ventured further south, I found myself in heavier rain bands than in my local hometown, and this presented a situation which I like to call basically a whiteout version of a rainstorm. The only time I've seen high precipitation like this has been associated with supercells, high precipitation supercells in the summer, and you will also notice a constant feature of red lights ahead of me. That is what I like to call my saving grace of this trip, which is indeed a semi-truck. That is one of the only ways I was able to keep my orientation on the road this entire time, was to watch its movements ahead of me and then also use the reflectors on the side of the road to kind of get an orientation of the curves coming up. With that being said, I noticed that there was a clearing closer to the Michigan-Indiana border and that this was really going to be a dry zone for the next few hours. So if I could make it there, I was going to be fine. Once I got to Indiana, this is how the story continued. Before we get into that, for my photographers and filmmakers, and actually all y'all watching this, I think you guys should see my filmmaking setup because I'm proud of myself here. On this run and gun scenario, I brought no lights except a little Weelight Ninja 200. It is a small mini cob light, and I didn't even bring any modifiers, so I took the hotel room desk. It's missing over here. I'm gonna show you some pictures. Turned it on its side, used a white towel, and then I countered it with my 70 to 200 so that the towel wouldn't fall. So that's how we got this nice soft light over here. It's bouncing off of this towel, and then it's motivated by this key light over here, or my bad, practical light over here. So what you're looking at right now is Wednesday's 18 Zulu model for the high resolution rapid refresh, right? This is a model that runs every hour with new input data and kind of gives, it's really good short term. It's not really good long term, but it's a really good short term model because variables in the atmosphere do change. And it's something that we can rely on. Sometimes it can give us higher than normal snow totals. So we kind of work around that with some other models. But this model that you're looking at here, actually, we can take this little band of snow and move it up into the area of Michigan where I live. So I was really bummed out when I found out that this is actually tracking a little bit farther south, right? So this is where South Bend, Indiana comes in here, right? And let's talk about how we confirm this too. South Bend, Indiana comes in because we have a few options to get closer to that south border of Michigan / Indiana, where we're going to see that higher snowfall total. I had a few options here. I could go to Benton Harbor, where you see that it has a 4-inch chance. And you know that 4 inches isn't much more than 7 that we're going to see here. Now this is 4 plus, 7 plus, and Benton Harbor is in a winter storm warning. However, I know that these models have continued to track south as they've continued to come out, right? So I didn't want to take that chance of getting missed in Benton Harbor. My other option was Michigan City, Indiana. And as you can see here, there's a little pocket here. I think that's some lake enhancement because we have the winds as this system comes through. The winds are going to come right across the long edge of Lake Michigan, which gives good chances for lake enhanced snow. And I think that's why we see some of the higher totals here compared to, more inland than we see in Indiana and then in the northern portion of Ohio. That being said, Michigan City and South Bend are going to be the same distance for me, right? So those were really good contenders. Now my other option was going to be Detroit, but that was going to be more expensive and I didn't want to quite grow that route because although I know they're guaranteed, I'm almost positive that we're going to see the same snowfall totals here, right? You can see here that we're expecting about 7 inches here in Detroit and then about 7 inches in South Bend, Indiana. 8 inches or so, right? So this is where we're going to be basically, chasing this storm. Now, because this is going to be a freezing rain event and I drive a sports car, I will not be going out on the roads, but we will be going outside and taking a look at some snowfall rates, really checking it out. We have an awesome view of Notre Dame in the back over here and of the stadium. So we'll really be able to see the amount of snowfall and precipitation, but I would feel highly irresponsible because if I did slide off the road, then that's a first responder that could be out there for somebody in need. But without further ado, I need to go ahead and eat my Lunchable because that is my dinner for the night and set up the rest of my stuff and get ready for this chase day. All right, I'm gonna do a quick little vlog on the phone because I just woke up and I'm extremely tired, but we are in a little rest period right now that was predicted was gonna happen with this storm. They said it was going to be rain, and then around this time everything was going to quiet, and this is the calm before the storm. It's still 37 degrees outside, so I'm going to go get some food, and then I'm going to go head to Walmart and get just a few provisions and snacks for the day, and then wait for the storm to begin. So y'all can really see what we have going on outside. Right now, it is really the calm before the storm when you're looking through this window. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the Doppler radar right now and show you guys what it's looking like. Less than 24 hours ago, it felt like spring outside. It is now 31 degrees. Guys, I am beyond excited right now as this storm approaches even closer and I can start to see the reflectivity play out on the radar, feeling super confident in my choice to come to South Bend. Let me give you guys a quick update right now. So I'm going to throw the radar up and then I'm also going to throw up a chart called a skew T chart. And what that does is it shows us the temperature aloft, right? Basically how the temperature interacts as it goes from the ground to the upper levels of the atmosphere. And those atmospheres are based on pressures, right? So what's happening essentially is we have a temperature inversion. So when you're looking at this radar right here, what you're going to see is pink precipitation, which is mixed precipitation, sleet or freezing rain, and then you're going to see the blue, and that is snow. And as the National Weather Service was forecasting it, they did expect that there was going to be a mixed precipitation event or a freezing rain event occurring, right? So I am looking at the high resolution rapid refresh model at this 14 Zulu scan in the 6 Zulu time frame, so right about right now. And what we're seeing here is this temperature inversion playing out, right? So let's explain what's happening here, right? We have precipitation in the sky, and as it's falling, right, it is frozen because it's cold in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But you can see here that when we're starting at the bottom of the chart and we see that it's at the freezing level, it's about 31 degrees outside right now, you can see that it actually starts to push to the right, above freezing. So what happens is that frozen precipitation comes down and then it turns into rain again. But then because it's freezing near the surface, right, it's gonna pass through, and it's a very small area. It comes down and it either freezes on contact or will turn into ice pellets. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see some ice pellets more so than freezing rain, because I don't think that the future cast of this model is really taking into account how fast this freezing level is. But with that said, that was just a quick update. I would expect that we will see freezing rain, mixed precipitation in just a matter of maybe 30 minutes, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and we'll see what happens. You can already see that we're seeing accumulation of what seems to sound more like ice pellets rather than mixed precipitation in the median of this road. So because I'm hearing a lot of ice pellets and I'm also seeing a lot of ice pellet accumulation, I'm thinking that that radar that I was using on my phone, that scan, that reflectivity right there, wasn't taking into account in the future cast how quickly that freezing line was going to move south. However, you guys can see right there that there's a clear sign of snow accumulating on the pavement right there, and that was definitely not there when I even started recording this clip. So as we zoom out, you can see a few more signs in the red pavement of snow accumulation as well. All right, it's currently 13:35 right now, or 1:35 for all of my normal time folks, and I want you guys to take a look at this parking lot. It is already snow covered. This is all transpired in a matter of about 10 minutes. We went from barely no snow on any of the roadways to now visible signs of snow and snow covered parking lots. So against a darker background, you can really see just how fast this precipitation is coming down. In combination with the wind, we have a flag out there which is fully erect. So it's telling me that we're probably around 15 to 20 knots of wind right now. Man, this is amazing. I can't wait to go outside, but I actually want it to be worth it when I go outside. And I want you to see these tiny little changes that are happening already on the ground. All right, so we are finally out here. I want to take you guys outside. So just for like perspective, it's not bad. There was absolutely no snow on the ground at least 3 hours ago. So this to me is just absolutely insane. I have a plastic bag around my camera. But man, look at this snowfall. I mean, you can't really see it on the 35 millimeter. I'm probably gonna come back out here at 6 to show you how heavy the snowfall rate like truly is. But I mean, you can see that visibility is not all that great. Cars are snow covered. There was no snow on cars beforehand. A lot of these were just valley parked. I mean, on the nice part, right, it's not horribly windy in between the buildings. So you can see these roads are absolutely snow covered. None of this snow is here. You have deep footprint tracks. This road absolutely needs to be plowed. I mean, you guys saw it earlier. You can't really see too far down the street. It is just crazy out here. And the crazy thing is, look at the school bus. They still had kids going to school. It looks like it's going to intensify as we get closer to 6 o'clock. So we can keep that in mind. Y'all, just that quick walk around the block has me absolutely snow covered. Like, I don't know if you could tell how heavy the precipitation is, but you get a really good idea in some of the other clips I've showed you guys, and it has not really let up. And I actually saw someone out there blowing snow. So just in the matter of 2 hours, we are blowing snow. 2 to 3 hours. I think that is absolutely insane for a system like this, with tornadoes also on the other side. So I am super excited about the outcome of all of this. And I don't think we may see 8 inches because we have a peak coming up. So we may get to 8 inches. I think we might. But if we don't, I'm not even upset. I am interested to see how the snowfall totals are going to compare to Detroit, because I think they're just now starting to switch over to snow. So didn't mean to break in. I just want y'all to know that it is blistery out there. It's not cold, and there's not too bad of a wind chill. Like, I was able to be out there and not be like, oh, I need to come back inside. But I feel bad for anybody driving in this. You guys can just see how there's like zero visibility out there. This is our 5 o'clock update. You can see just how much snow has continued to fall. The plows came through a while ago. We're losing sunlight quickly, but this was some of the most intense of the snow squalls that I've seen so far. We're only halfway through this event, really. It's crazy the amount of snow we're seeing. What's interesting is that we can really see the difference right here between, you know, a main road and a side road, just how much more snow covered those side roads are right now. They are definitely not getting the attention. They do consider this a side road, but just the amount of snow that has fallen over the course of really 4 hours is insane, seeing as it was 56 degrees just a few hours ago. Less than now 16 hours ago. We have one of the road crews coming out now. It's really interesting to see their snow plows, because we're used to, or at least I'm used to, really big ones in Michigan, and these seem to be like private snow plow rentals. It's currently 8:19 p.m. and if you guys can't tell, I am exhausted. To film all of this by yourself and to like kind of try to figure out how to plan the story and try to communicate what you're seeing and what's going on is honestly really fatiguing and a little bit harder than it looks. We are getting one more heavy band of snow right now, and then it's pretty much going to taper off for the night. I will take some clips after this showing you guys basically what it's looking like outside, how low the visibility is, and trust me, it is low. I think this is probably the heaviest band that we will have gotten this entire time. And then I'll show you the road conditions and I'll come back on tomorrow. I don't know if I said road conditions twice or not. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm kind of winding down the night watching Ryan Hall's live stream of the tornado outbreak down south. Anyway, I will see you beautiful people tomorrow morning, where we'll see what the system produced and conclude the vlog. After that final snow squall pushed through, we had some pretty moderate lake effect snow bands develop, as I predicted would happen in the beginning of this video, but all of that cleared out by around 4 a.m. and the total amount of snow amounted to about 5 inches. This was so much fun, and I'm extremely pleased with my decision to come to South Bend, Indiana. And because I had so much fun, my eyes are already peeled on next week's forecast, because we have some pretty significant systems predicted to come through, so stay tuned. If you guys like this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications. Follow me and the YouTube fam on social media, and until next time, friends, remember, if you are ever feeling uninspired, uncreative, or just want to give up on life, every day airplanes take off against the wind. Keep climbing, stay inspired, and as always, stay fabulous. My name is Sydney, and I will see you beautiful people next time. Peace out.